Now at 6:30, we're bringing you in-depth coverage on campaign 2014. Just weeks after declaring his candidacy, businessman Lorne Adrain dropped out of the race for Providence mayor. He did not give a specific reason for withdrawing, but he issued this statement to us saying, quote, "I entered the race for mayor of Providence with the goal of moving our city forward. And now that the field of candidates has been settled, it is clear to me that it presents a substantial risk to the progress we also desperately need and want." Joining me live in studio right now is WPRI.com reporter Ted Nesi. Don't know why that was tough for me to say right now.
Should get used to this at some point.
Exactly. There's so many people running right now. Let's just go through the list of everybody involved in this race.
Yeah, let's help folks. I mean, you need a scorecard at this point for the Providence mayoral race. All right, so there are 5 candidates who have been actively campaigning. I know you see 6 there. 3 of them are Democrats: Michael Solomon, Jorge Elorza, and Brett Smiley. There's also Republican Dan Harrop, and then of course Cianci. Also, you see there Chris Young among the Democrats, another Democrat, Ronaldo Cantone, and independent Jeffrey Lemire have pulled papers, but they haven't really been actively campaigning. So it's really down to those 3 Democrats and Cianci right now who seem to have the best shot.
And as you can tell, Lorne Adrain not on that list anymore. What's your take on this?
I think it's bad news for Buddy Cianci. You know, Buddy Cianci, if you think back to history, when he had his first comeback in 1990, he only won with about 300-something votes. He's a polarizing figure. There's a lot of people who just won't vote for him. So the more candidates that were going to be on the ballot in November, and Lorne Adrain would have been on the ballot in November, the fewer votes Cianci needed to win. Now he's down to possibly being just one of 3 candidates with any real profile, and even the Republican probably can't win many votes because Providence is so Democratic. So the number of votes Buddy Cianci needs to win the mayor's office has just gone up quite a bit.
So that sounds a little bleak then for Buddy. Can he still win it?
Absolutely. Buddy Cianci, he's a very savvy politician. He knows this stuff as well as we do, the math of elections, and he had to have known this was a risk when he got into this race. But again, he now has to convince significantly more Providence voters to back him to be the winner at the end of the day.
Who's the favorite right now for the Democrats?
I think among the Democrats, the conventional wisdom, it's Michael Solomon. He is the city council president. He has the most money. He has built up a lot of support. But the other 2, Jorge Elorza and Brett Smiley, I think also have a real chance, and they're thinking that. You see Michael Solomon there on your screen. As for Jorge Elorza, he's youthful. He reminds people a little bit of Angel Taveras. He's also Latino in a city with a growing Latino voting bloc. And then Brett Smiley is fairly well known on the east side of Providence, which has a lot of votes in these primaries. So I think every one of them has a reason to think that they could be the one who gets through the primary in September and takes on Cianci in the fall.
Boy, this is interesting stuff.
There's a lot of candidates. Yeah. There's a lot of people in this. And you know, it matters a lot with Angel Taveras moving on. The city, you remember, only 2 years ago, the city almost went bankrupt. So who leads it going forward has a big impact on the whole state.
Yeah, good point there. It's certainly turned into an election to watch right now. Thank you very much, Ted. Now you can also go to WPRI.com reporter to, I messed it up again there, WPRI.com to get reporter Ted Nesi's take on all of this.